Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to go through a few things about the task lamp. You guys, we've gone through in class about cardboard modeling, coming up with some sketches and ideas. So today, what I wanted to show you is a quick little sketch that I've done in my own time, which is sort of something I've thought about, but it was, so if you have something with a base like about 280 long, 240 up, 220 to 200 that way, um, up out the top, which is going to have an LED light attached, which is going to have wires running down into a light at the bottom. This is a cross-section view. So I was figuring in the design brief, it said we needed to use two materials. So in this example, I'm going to use timber here, timber, 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 in the 3D printed part. You can sort of see this is a cross-section view. So it's like literally like having it sliced in half and you sort of see inside. So I'm using little connectors that I made in the wood. So let's quickly jump across into Fusion and I'll give you a quick rundown of how we can use Fusion to help us design it. So what I might do, I'll just do a quick sketch in here, and knowing some of those ideas, what I'll do, I'll just quickly draw um, using this tool here. So I said about 280, didn't I? So if we go 280 long and 35, we'll start that as our base. Then what I might do then, let's go in and actually create some more rectangles. So here's a 3-point rectangle, and I'll start here. Let's just draw a shape up there somehow, and another shape here that's going to go like that. And that looks a little bit funky at the moment, but that's okay. So what we can do, let's just start to shape it a little bit now to get our ideal thought about what we want to use. So knowing that we've got some of these constraints here, so let's just delete some of these so I can actually start to modify some of these down. Like if we change that there, for example, we might we can probably delete that one there. So I can actually change, I can leave some of these little constraints out, modify the design of the app so it can do change, make it a little bit funky. That just doesn't work at all, does it? Let's just join that back up there. So once I've done that, we can actually start to use some of the tools in Fusion to help solidify that design a little bit. So what I might do, if we extrude this out, I'm just going to rotate that round and we'll extrude out some of these areas here just really quick to show you what I'm talking about. And we'll just extrude these out a little bit. We do a design, let's say we wanted to make it, just start with something like 50 wide. Now, we don't know if that's going to be able to stand up, but we can use the power of the computer to help us figure out. So if we do center of mass, and then we select our object, it will show you where the center of gravity is. And this is clearly going to be supported. Okay, so I think maybe the base might be a little bit long for us. So we go back into our sketch and edit the sketch again. And I might just drag, or if I delete that 280 out, so I get that completely dimension. And if I just line back here a little bit, and that's what's happening now. You know, here, feel okay. Yeah. What happens if I edit the sketch again and right click edit sketch, and let's just drag that one out there and see what happens. Now, then the center of gravity is moving right out. Okay, so we need to just start to be a little bit careful. Yeah, design. So say if this was a little bit smaller, let's say we're losing some base area, but that you guys get the point. So we start to figure out our shapes and what looks good. And we took a few screenshots from here, a few little renderings. So this is good that goes into folio. So I'll quickly show you how to do some of those. So if we go, so modify physical material, we'll go like that. I'm just going to hit save on this for the moment. And Okay, guys, so what we want to do now, I'm going to show you how to do some rendering. So we can actually put this into our folio. So first thing we just want to have a look at is I can sort of see the shadow is actually below this, and I know why. It's because it's actually got this little part here. So if I turn the sketch off, it just shows us the actual product. Now, if I go across into render, so we'll take us into an area here. Now, what we can actually do, we can actually go into setup and scene settings. If you haven't already set your physical material or your appearance, you can actually set all that up. But I'll just go to scene settings. This is the one which is for the quick fix. So we'll just go into environment. You know, I've actually downloaded some of my environments already. So let's say we just chuck in the plaza setting there. Nothing's changed at the moment, so we need to go back into settings and actually change it into environment. And now we have our environment in there. It'll actually place it in a world. So I'll put in a ground plane. So now it's actually sort of on the ground as it were. We'll flatten the ground a little bit to make it look pretty bit better. Reflections, we probably don't need to put reflections on this one. You've got different sort of ideas of how it's going to look. Probably, I think the perspective one is best for this one in particular. And hit on the middle and adjust that down a little bit and do the rendering. You can sort of see there's a bit of blur in the background there. Okay, if we let that finish off, stop that and go to a real render now, so we can actually output the file to put into your folio. So we set up some of that stuff, just do the standard renderer, local renderer, and hit the render button and let that render out. And we'll open that up when it comes on. And you can sort of see that it is something you can do this a few times over with different shapes and different renders and put them into your folio.